Hey guys, it's me again, bringing you another Mortal Kombat Breakdown, and ironically, it's Shinnok. Now, I think I kind of jumped the shark a little bit because I said that I thought that by doing these, it would be be pretty easy. I would just have to learn how to do everything with every character, and I should be able to pull this off no problem. And then I started on Shinnok, and that kind of blew my fucking perspective way out of proportion. But let's continue. Let's start. His X-ray L2 R2. You can have some distance between you and your opponent, but other than that, it's pretty straightforward. Okay. For Fatality 1, the grinder, you need to be at mid-range and hit the following combination: down, back, forward, down, up. This is a pretty standard fatality, but it's kind of weird when it's all directional buttons and no actual, like, combo buttons. It's kind of weird. But see, now we get into an issue with his second fatality, the flick trick. So, I've checked on several websites to find out what his second fatality is, and they all say the wrong thing. But I did find one website where it actually told you exactly what to do. Like, if you look at the fatality, it says here, it says up, down, or down, up, R2. Well, that's fucking wrong. Because what you really need to do is you need to push down, hold R2, to then press up so that you don't jump, then down, hold R2 again, and press up, and then hit R2 again. Like, it's bullshit. You see, like, I'm trying it here, and it's not working. So again, down, hold R2, up, down, hold R2, up, R2. And there you go. Such a pain in the ass combo for such a low quality fatality. But, whatever. Moving on to brutalities. This first brutality can be done in any variation. And basically what you need to do is you have to hold square during the final hit. And the final hit must come from the amulet strike. As you see, poor little reptile here, he gets it and basically just burns a hole through his chest. And now, Brutality 2. For Brutality 2, it can be done in any variation. The first round you have to win the first round with a grab. This is actually probably the easiest brutality in the entire game, in my opinion. Like, I think anybody who is, like, new at the game probably pulled off this fatality, or this brutality, just by, learning how to play the game, because, like, the easiest move to do in any game, besides the uppercut, is the grab. Okay, so the first round was won with a grab, and the second round, or the final hit, has to be won with, you guessed it, a grab. Pretty fucking easy to do. So basically, to grab, all you do is you hit L1, and boom, there we go. Okay, now we're going to get into the little bit more difficult ones. So, Brutality 3. You need to be in the imposter variation, which is basically standard. You have to be jump distance away from your opponent for the final hit. The thing is, you need to lose one round, which is why Reptile is beating my ass right now. Okay, and the final hit has to come from the Mimicry special. Now, this is really important that you pay attention to this. If you do the Minicry once, you're basically going to steal a special attack from him, and the next time you do this combination, you'll use his special attack. So you have to make sure you don't have one of his stolen attacks. But the combination is down, back, square. So, like, I think I actually show it off here. So remember, using down, back, square once will steal Reptile's, like, his acid ball thing. And then the next time you hit down, back, square, you're going to use the acid ball, but after that it's going to return to your default status. Now what you saw me do there was you have to get his health exactly to that amount, and then jump backwards, down, back, square, and there you go. You basically tear off Reptile's face, and you are wearing it. Pretty simple. Okay, so for Brutality 4, you need to be in the Bone Shaper. This move can seriously go fuck itself, in my opinion. I had a hell of a time learning how to do this. So you have to be in the Bone Shaper, obviously, I told you that. You have to have only one bar in your filled in your super meter, which is pretty easy to do. And the final hit has to come from the deity combo, forward triangle, at the same time. So it's like forward triangle, triangle, and then square and X at the same time. As you saw, it was hard to actually pull that off on the first part, but when you're when you're on the left side of the screen, but for some reason when you're on the right, I don't know if it's a bug, but I can pretty much pull it off almost every time, and I actually managed to pull it off here for the final hit. I seriously think that it's a bug. But yeah, just forward triangle, triangle, square X. So you're basically pushing forward and triangle at the same time. Then you have to release forward and push triangle, and then square and X at the same time. Try doing that so many times. Like, it took me about an hour and a half to figure out how to do it, and I finally learned. It's easier to do when you're on the right side of the screen, for some reason. NetherRealm, fix your fucking bugs. And finally, we have the Fatality, or Brutality 5, which you need to be in the Necromancer. Again, this is another really easy one. You just have to be sweep distance away from your opponent. You have to hold down during the final hit, and the final hit has to come from the Judgment Fist, which is done by pressing down, back, and square. Down, back, and square. That's pretty much it. Yeah. But anyway, this fucking Shinnok, I don't like using him at all. Like, I'll probably play with Sonya Blade more often than I play as Shinnok, because, and I can't play as Sonya Blade for fucking no, for any reason. I have no skill with Sonya Blade. But yeah, just down, back, square, and hold down during the final hit, and that's what you get. So yeah, so on to the main story, and I'll see who's next.
Earthrealm belonged to Shinnok. It became the staging area from which he would finish his war on the Elder Gods, which began eons ago. The Elder Gods had lied to the denizens of the realms. They were not individual beings, but merely parts of a greater collective known as the One Being. Shinnok would merge the realms and awaken him. Whole once more, the One Being devoured the Elder Gods. Shinnok watched with satisfaction. This reality had finally come to an end.